What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? How's that? Get this up where I can see the... Nope, no Tutti Frutti today. What's up, Charlie? How you doing? Tonight's episode of Ice Cream with Ron. I'm going simple, man. I've been getting this chunky stuff and big fudge and all this stuff. I'm getting Breyers Blast Oreo. Just plain old Oreo. Who can miss some Oreo cookie stuff? 12 people, man, all right. So, good deal. I am in Billings, Montana. And this is the first time I have ever traveled north through Wyoming and Montana. So it was a very nice drive for me. I've always gone east and west either time I've ever gone. So this north trip was real nice. I will tell you this, Wyoming and Montana, as best as I can tell, they look pretty much the same. I think that Montana has a few more trees, at least in that section going up 25 that I went up. So let's see, where was I last time I saw you guys? I guess last time I met Yukon. Where did I meet Yukon? I can't remember. Damn. I can't remember where I met Yukon at. Oh well. Did it in January. Not as much fun. Yeah, I bet it's not as much fun in January. Were the roads closed then, Charlie? That's what Dave was telling me. Dave and Yukon were both giving me shit about it, and Ike gave me some shit about it, saying that I wasn't gonna... That's right, it was in Colorado. That's right, I couldn't remember where it was. In Denver, right outside of Denver, that's right. So let's see, what have I done since then? I went back to... I went home and went on home time, and then I came out Monday, and I was supposed to pick up in Lufkin at a Pilgrim's Pride chicken joint, and I got there at like 8 o'clock at night. Not closed, just shitty. Yeah, I see all the barriers up there. What's going on, Carolina? Glad you could join us. Yeah, I do. I've had old timers for quite a while there, Dan. It kind of hits me sometimes. So I was supposed to pick up this chicken at 8 o'clock at night on Monday, and I got there and they told me the coolers were down and that it would be Tuesday evening. But yeah, me too, Carolina, me too. We're both running legal, man. That's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. And so they told me it would be Tuesday evening before my load would be ready. So in the meantime, the broker had went ahead and took us off the load, so they found me something else, and they shipped me down to Houston to haul what I'm hauling now, which is a really sweet load. It's a, I picked it up from a military storage depot where for soldiers that are coming home from wherever they've been living in various parts of the world. So it's under 15,000 pounds of crated furniture and personal belongings that I'm taking up to Great Plains, Montana. I'm still about 3 hours from there, but I ran out of time. That's right, Carolina, you can run out of time on paper. I know you don't believe that, but you can. But it was a real nice drive. I came up and I wanted to get some real good pictures of my truck while I was up here in Wyoming and Montana, so I gave it a bath in Amarillo, and then it rained on me all through Colorado. And Wilbur was wishing that rain on me, so my filthy truck is Wilbur's fault, because he wanted rain in Denver and I brought it with me. 30 minutes? Yeah, you'll be out of time in 30 minutes. I bet I can call you in an hour and you'll still be running hard. That's my bet. So I stayed last night. I made it from Houston up to a little north of Decatur, Texas, where I stopped for the night. And then from Decatur, I went to Amarillo, where I stopped and took a shower, got my truck washed, and then was able to make it to Pueblo, Colorado, which if any of you live in Pueblo, I apologize, but that is Colorado's armpit. That place is just terrible. But Wilbur told me if I stopped there at the Loves, I should be able to find some parking in the area. If the Loves was full, that there were some gravel lots out there around the freeway. So I ended up in one of those gravel lots. Well, of course, it had been raining all day, and that was a mud pit. I got in there and parked. I stopped pretty early, and when I kept waking up in the night, I was dreaming that my truck was stuck. So that was a bad omen for me leaving this morning. And when I went to leave this morning, I got up and the truck that was next to me pulled out right before me, and it took him about 3 or 4 attempts to make it out of that. He kept spinning, but he did make it, and I thought, well, if I can turn a little shallower and get a better run at it, maybe I can make it. So I made sure nothing was coming on that feeder road. I just gunned it, and it got out of there without any problem. So from Aurora, I stopped at Sap Brothers because they're in Denver, not Aurora, Pueblo. I went up to Denver to Sap Brothers so I could fuel up and come on up, and I was able to make it to Billings, and I had about 50 minutes left on my clock when I made it here to Billings. So this is where I sit. I am at the Town Pump truck stop, which is a Pilot. It's a big lot. It holds about 150 trucks, and there was lots of parking when I got here, and it appears that there's still lots of parking here. And there's a casino inside, but I'm not going to partake in any of that. But I did go in and get me a shower and cook me some dinner and got me some ice cream, and I figured since I was done early here that I would do an ice cream with Ron. So here we are. How are y'all doing? What's up with y'all? I know Carolina's about to go into violation. What's up with everybody else? Carolina, I am not going to say on YouTube how I run my logs. We'll say that. But I will say that my next pickup, which is in Idaho, about a 5-hour drive from my next drop, is not until Saturday morning. So I've got plenty of time to get up, go do my drop, make it to my pickup tomorrow night. Wait, what the hell is today? Is today Friday or Saturday? Or tomorrow? Today's Thursday. Today's Thursday, ain't it? What the hell day is this? Dang, y'all got me all messed up now. It's Thursday. Okay, yeah, my pickup is Saturday morning, somewhere in Idaho. Wilbur says I don't know where I'm going, so we'll determine later on if I show up at the right place or not. But man, it sure is pretty up here. I was expecting. See, Carolina, here's what you do with them fuel stops, man. You call your credit card company and you tell them that you do not want a timestamp on your fuel receipt. That's how you solve that problem. Hey, Oversized, how are you, man? Glad you could join us. No, you're still delivering. Are you delivering flowers, Charlie, or are you cart sweeping? I'm hoping for mums. They're telling me that that mums are going to start delivering August 14th. Whether there'll be enough to bring me back in is still to be seen, because we've got that part-time driver. On your fuel report, not sure what you mean there, Charlie. The fuel report doesn't have a timestamp. It only has a date. I've checked, and there's nowhere for a date to be time to be backtracked. But as long as you're on the same date, you're good there, Carolina. What's everybody else up to here? Sitting at work doing nothing, Steven is. Gonna head to Maverick, Jason. That's a good place to get started at. Oh, on the tracking device. Yeah, you're just screwed, Carolina. Well, then you got to shut down in 30 minutes. That's just all there is to it, man. Trucking exec, when you watch this later, I'm kind of curious how Charlie gets to stay on flowers, and I'm in Montana. But hey, what do I know? Keep eating ice cream. I like ice cream, and I don't get fat doing it, so there's no reason I can't do these. Once I start putting on weight, maybe I'll have to slow it down a little bit. You should, Carolina. You should come over here. Give Trucking Exec a call, man. He'll put you to work. I have no doubt in my mind. Yeah, we don't have a timestamp anymore, Charlie. I checked on that the first week we were here. All right, Stephen, good deal. Where are you thinking about going? Are you really? You're going to sell out rather than go ELDs? I'd hang off, man. Prime? Yeah, Prime's a decent starter company if you don't mind being on the road for 6-8 weeks at a time. I almost went to Prime. I was dead set. If you go back to some of my first videos, that's exactly what I was going to do. I was going to go to Prime. I was going to do flatbed with them, and luckily, I met up with a group of guys that talked me out of that, and I'm glad I did. I didn't have the best of luck in the beginning, but everything I did when I got started got me to where I am now. So I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it at all. I stayed everywhere I needed to stay for the time I needed to stay to get to where I am now. I'm real happy with my truck. I love my job. Kind of waiting to see what this ELD mandate's going to do to rates before I decide if I want to buy my own truck or lease on somewhere. Yeah, well, good deal, man. Yeah, if you don't mind being on the road, Prime has a really good training program, and they'll run you. That's my understanding from everybody I know that started out there. Hey, man, we got 15 people in here and 6 thumbs up. Let's get some thumbs up going, man. Let's get everybody's always saying we need to have thumbs up. That helps your analytics or some shit. So let's get my analytics up. Analytics. Who was it that said that? I can't remember. Carolina, just buy different trailers and do something else, man. I hear produce is doing real well. That's what I'm told. Just stay the hell out of the grocery distribution centers, because you'll lose your ass sitting there. What else? Who else we got in here? So Charlie, are you going to have to go OTR at all? Or are you going to just keep doing flowers right on to Mums? I need to give you a call, figure out how the hell you're pulling that off. Single kids out of school, married? Yeah, that's where you need to go then, man. That'd be a good place to start out. Get in there, do your year. You know what? And I'm not, Maverick is not a bad company. They're not. Some people have told me they run their ass off in the reefer division, but they didn't give me what they promised me. They told me 2,000 to 2,400 miles, and of course they said that's what they were required to tell me, that most of the time I would get more than that. But even at their word at 2,000 to 2,400, I averaged 1,800 miles. That's all I got, 1,800 miles a week with Maverick, and I just could not make a sustainable living, And after a couple $350 checks, You know, I mean, my nephew bringing home more than 350 bucks. I couldn't do it anymore. I had to get the hell out of there, and luckily, Trucking Exec was kind enough to give me a shot with him, and I'm real happy over here. And you know, and of course, Dave Wilbur, who is my fleet manager and also a friend of mine. He's treating me really well, and we're getting some good miles. This run I'm on right now, it's like 1,880 miles, I think, total. And this next run that I'm about to do, between the Deadhead, getting down to Idaho, and going over to Michigan, it's going to be close to 2,000 miles. So that's not too shabby. I can't complain about that. Well, you know, Carolina, that could be true. The thing is that they ship you everywhere, you know, and Maverick, I think right after I got hired with Maverick, shortly after I went to the glass division, they started losing contracts. Combined ended up taking the PPG contract there in Wichita Falls, although I do think they got some of that back. And then there was another company out of Laurinburg. There was another company, I can't remember the name of it, but they took a contract in Laurinburg, and I just think that they just continued to hire, and it just started shorting the guys that were there that were willing to run. Christopher, I got cookies and cream, Breyers Oreo cookies and cream. So you got to hang out with Jacob. Yeah, Jacob's a good dude, man. He was over at Maverick with me. And as soon as I landed this job, he was one of the people that I recommended to come over. So I was real happy that they hired him. And from everything I'm telling him, he's doing really well, doing lots of miles and running hard. And I knew he would. Yeah, Jason, that's pretty typical. And I did have a couple of 3,000 mile weeks, but the numbers had to work just right, and it didn't. I'll give you a recommendation, Carolina. You call Scott, put me down as a reference, and I will recommend you, man. No doubt in my mind. Just know we're going to ELDs here pretty quick also, and that's going to change a lot of things. I think come flowers, we're going to end up staying out more and getting more shuttles rather than going back and picking up trailers. I don't see any other way to do it, because we make our money on carts and stops, and not on miles. So with ELDs, that's going to really put a damper on that. No, Carolina, you would. Well, now we have guys, you know. No, there's no work in North Carolina. You would have to come here, work, and go home, you know, however often you would negotiate with that. Charlie there, you know, he works out of Harrisonville, Missouri, but I believe he lives in Tennessee as well as a couple other people do. And I think Charlie just went home for the first time here a couple weeks ago from February. Yeah, you know, any of that could work out, Carolina. I'm sitting around eating ice cream because I burned my clock out. I ran 10.5 hours, and my choice was to stop here or to go up to the weight station about 30 minutes up the road. And I would have rather been here and got a shower than to be sitting in a weight station and them open up in the morning when it's time for me to leave. So this is where I am. I ran 10.5 hours yesterday, ran almost 10.5 hours today. Tomorrow I'll probably put in, it's going to be at least 9.5 hours tomorrow, and I also started at 5 o'clock this morning, so I can eat ice cream if I want. Yeah, Carolina, talk to them, man. See what they can hook up for you, for sure. For sure. So, and I'm getting lots of miles over here. I mean, Dave's really Dave's just learning those load boards, but he seems to have a good grasp on it. Yeah, you told me that, Charlie. So, good deal. What else? What else is going on? Anybody else have any questions they want to ask me? I am doing videos again. I'm not putting them out every other day like I was. I'm going to start doing them once a week. Yeah, we can do that. Scott's been pretty busy. Need to get a hold of Scott and see when he's not busy, but we can most certainly touch base on that. Scott's a businessman. He's he'll do, you know, I mean, if there's money in it, I'm sure he'll look into it. For sure. But Carolina, in order, you know, we only run Volvos. You'll have to learn to squat to pee. All right, well, too much dead air here. I don't want to. Here, we do like Ike was doing the other day when he had dead air. Sit there and slam the cabinet for a while. I don't know how he did that. That would drive me nuts. No, you cannot bring on your. Well, yeah, you can. You can come and work. You can bring your own truck. You can bring your own truck. We have owner-operators that are running for us. There's no doubt about that. How you doing, Kevin? Glad you could join us. Here, now that I said I was going to sign off, more people are coming in here. So the last one I did with me and Yukon, we only had like 7 people in, but then we did it at like 1 o'clock in the morning too. And here Yukon ain't even in here. And Ike ain't even in here. Ike was whining that none of us went to his live feed, so I went to his live feed the other day, and here he's not even in here. So I'm gonna start boycotting all these guys' live feeds that I go see that don't come into mine. No, Dan, I have not seen that. I will have to look into it. Who block you anyway? Well, Carolina, that's because you're a troll, dude. When you're a troll, you get blocked. Alright, well, my ice cream's done. So I'm done too. Everybody, thanks for watching, and I'm going to shut this thing down. I'm going to put out I've been working on a video here for about a week, and I'm going to put it out tomorrow evening. So, get blocked by another troll, imagine that. Right. Trolls blocking trolls. I got you. So, so y'all watch for my new video. Tell your friends, like, share, subscribe. You know, we're dropping knowledge and all that shit. And, can cooler oh no shit, under the pad. That's a great idea. You know, the car I just bought, my wife's got a little compartment under the seat, and I can't believe they haven't come up with that a long time ago. So I'm gonna sign off here, and man, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hey, Kevin, anytime I run into another truck driver, they're always welcome to be a guest with Ice Cream with Ron. I've had 3 or 4 people that have joined me so far, and man, if you see me running around, just holler at me, and we'll get you hooked up. We'll make you famous. All right, guys, till next time. Bye.